Well, we'll keep going, obviously, for as long as we can. And I think what people should also understand is what an incredible achievement this has been by the UK military just in the last 10 days or so. The operation Pitting has brought airlifted 15,000 people to this country from Afghanistan. There's been nothing like it in terms of speed and scale in our lifetime, certainly in my memory. And that's equivalent to a town the size of Beaconsfield or Prestwick or Abergavenny or Armagh. And obviously, there's a huge amount of work now going on to make sure that we find homes, find ways of integrating those people into this country. But we owe them a debt. And they're people who looked after our armed forces, helped for the 20 years of the UK's engagement in Afghanistan. It's absolutely the right thing to do. And we've got the overwhelming majority of those to whom we owe that debt out of Afghanistan as I stand and talk to you now. In the time we have left, which may be, as I'm sure everybody can appreciate, quite short, we'll do everything we can to get everybody else. But I want to stress that this is just the first phase. So even beyond the US deadline of the 31st of this month, we hope to continue to be able to say to people, well, you can come out. And one of the key things that we're saying to the Taliban, to the government, the new authorities in Kabul is to engage with the West, to unlock those funds. Safe passage is for those who want to come out is obviously the number one condition.
But you're telling people to keep away from Kabul airport. How great is the security threat?
I think we have to be transparent about the risks, and we have to be realistic about what's going on. And you'll appreciate that there are Islamic State Khorasan province terrorists out there. I can't go into the details clearly, but we have to be mindful of the security of our personnel, but also of the Afghan people who are trying to get out. But what I would stress is that we're coming now towards the end of this phase in any event, in the sense that we've already airlifted out of Afghanistan a huge number of people, more than it's the biggest operation of its kind in decades. And I think everybody, and I want to stress this, I think everybody involved, the UK military, everybody involved at the airport, everybody who's been helping us, they should be incredibly proud of what they've achieved.
There's a suggestion that people who can't get to the airport should head to borders, but if the Taliban haven't agreed to that, that could be hugely dangerous.
I want to just go back to what I was saying about phase one and phase two, or the future beyond August the 31st. And just to stress that we think that we've got the overwhelming majority of those eligible under the eligible person scheme or under the ARAP scheme, the Afghan Repatriation and Assistance Programme. Both those schemes, we think we've done the lion's share. There will be people who still need help. But what we're hoping, and this is the key point that the G7 agreed, is that the Taliban understand that if they want to engage with development aid, if they want to unlock those billions of funds, if they want to have a diplomatic, a political relationship with the outside world, then safe passage for those who want to come out is the key precondition.
But are you advising people to go to borders?
People should look at the current advice. The advice at the moment is that the security situation is obviously not improving, but we've got the overwhelming majority out. And what I would say is that I see a second phase when we hope very much that the Taliban will understand that there's got to be a reasonable approach to people who still want to leave Afghanistan. But I would just repeat, I sometimes don't think people realise the immensity of what the UK military have already helped to achieve. This is, as I say, a sizable UK town of Afghans who've risked their lives in many cases to help the UK are now coming to the UK. Actually, in most cases, are now here. The real job now is to make sure that they have the housing, they have the skills, they have the opportunities to integrate into our society. As you know, our labour market currently offers many opportunities, but we must make sure that they're ready, and that's another whole job of work.
If I've got time to ask you one other issue, is universal credit.
Yes.
2 MPs have written to you saying that it shouldn't, the £20 uplift should remain, and they're really concerned that that will go. What do you say to them?
The key focus for this government is on making sure that we come out of COVID strongly with a jobs-led recovery. And I'm very pleased to see the way the unemployment numbers have been falling. Employment numbers have been rising, but also wages have been rising. And that's a crucial thing. I'm very proud that we've bumped up the living wage. We've continually increased the living wage, last time by a record amount. And my preference, my strong preference, and I believe that this is the instinct of most people in this country, my strong preference is for people to see their wages rise through their efforts rather than through taxation of other people put into their pay packets, and rather than welfare, and that's the approach we support.
Have I got time for one final one on Afghanistan? Lots of people are very concerned about Pen Farthing and his animals. Have you or even your wife had any direct contact with him about getting them out?
I've had absolutely no influence on any particular case, nor would that be right. That's not how we do things in this country. But what I can certainly say is that what we will certainly make sure is that, and there have been some heartrending cases. I've just been looking at some of the emails that have been coming in from people in Afghanistan who have helped us, to whom we owe these debts of honour and obligation. And it's fantastic to see the way that we're helping them. But we've got to do it impartially, and that's what we're doing. And as I say, we've so far, thanks to this extraordinary operation, we've helped the overwhelming majority of people in both the categories, and we're going to use the remaining time to do as many more as we possibly can. But as I keep saying, that's not the end of the story.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.